if there ever was a playbook about all of the marketing mistakes that you can ever make, I'm not kidding when I say I can write it. So let me tell you about one of the biggest marketing mistakes that I made and that I see so many people, including marketers, founders, beginners, and so on, making. And it's all about where your focus is. I think that if there was ever a time in which we had to be audience first, it's now. We're at a moment in which trust is expensive and attention is earned. So you're not going to have an audience that's showing up and that wants to tune in when you are focusing on the product. There is a moment, there is a time, there is a place to focus on product. But most of the time, your focus should be on your audience and on your user. So I'll give an example and go into why I'm talking about this now. So I've talked in my meetings about, webinars and audience and thinking about why someone would show up. Because you can create the greatest event or the most produced webinar or video or whatever thing. And still, people are not going to show up if you don't do this one thing. And this one thing is super simple. So what I see many people doing is saying, we have a product, we have an idea, we have a business that we want to communicate. And so what they do is they start with that idea, they start with that product, they make that their focus, and they say, let's tell everyone how amazing our product is. And guess what? When you do that, no one shows up because no one cares about how amazing your product, your idea, your business, or even you are. People care about value. People care about what they are gaining. If they are going to spend 1 hour with you, 1 hour on your webinar, 1 hour on your platform, 1 hour on your conference, 1 hour on your whatever, they want to know what value they will gain from that. They want to go places that are going to be additive, that they are going to gain something from, that they are going to receive something from. If I spend an hour with you and leave the room thinking, I have no idea what I learned, I have no idea how to implement that, I have no idea how that is even relevant to me, you've done something wrong, because I cannot leave the room with that question. I should leave the room thinking, I want to go back. I want more. I need more of this person, of this idea, of this business, because it makes me gain something. It makes me learn. It adds value. It's relevant to me, to my life, to my project, to wherever I am at. And this is the huge mistake that I see. It's people simply saying, oh, well, they'll show up because our product is great or our idea is great. This is like a huge mistake that I see people making, is thinking that others will show up just because your idea is great or your product is great or your whatever is fantastic. Like, again, they do not care about your product, your idea, your business, no matter how marvelous it is. I understand that if you're the founder, if you're the creator, you will think that you have an amazing idea. And I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying that when you communicate that idea, you have to really focus on what the audience will gain. Like, why will they show up? You need to answer key questions like, what am I contributing to them? Like, how am I bringing value? How is this being additive to them? What are the key takeaways from them? Like, how will I improve their lives because they came to this webinar or to this session or to this talk or because they listened to this? And if you're able to answer those questions, if you're able to focus on your audience, they will show up, because people show up when they know that you care, when they know that you care about contributing something to them and not just being like this is what I want to share, this is what I want to say, and you should listen because it's great. Like, no one really thinks like that, and people have an attention span that's limited, and we're in an era where trust is expensive and attention is earned. So you cannot show up just thinking that they will listen because your thing is amazing. You really have to understand how you bring value to people. And when that is clear to your audience, they will show up. They will show up and they will bring others with them.